afternoon, and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the EU election results, and as you can see on the screen, Brexit Party have clearly done the best with a vote share of 31.6%, mainly taking away from UKIP and the Conservatives. Seeing as UKIP are down 24.2% to just 3.3% at the bottom of this vote share here, it seems to me that people are following Nigel Farage instead of UKIP. So they're following the person, not the party, which goes to show the increase in populism, at least, that people wish to align to a particular person instead of a set of principles per se, which you may think is unfair, but I think it goes more to the broader point of people want a strong figurehead for their country. They want a leader and not a group or a party. Obviously, this is the same in America with Donald Trump becoming president, and I know you might say, well, he lost the popular vote, but if you look at it from the counties, he won 2,600 compared to Hillary Clinton's 400, approximately. So it still goes to show that the people want a strong individual to lead instead of a party. Obviously, looking back at history, it's the same, that you don't, with particular points, you don't go with the party, but you go with the person. So Second World War, it's Winston Churchill, who was conservative, as it happened, but people think, oh, it's Churchill. That's fair enough. So as we can see, the two main parties are Brexit Party and the Liberal Democrats. They've both had increases. If it's fair to say Brexit Party had an increase, considering it didn't exist in the last elections. But this is nice to see, because it means it's the death of the two-party system, at least as far as I'm concerned, seeing as Labour and Conservatives are coming in third and fifth respectively, with a decrease of 11 and 15% of the vote respectively as well. Greens are also on the increase, which, although I would disagree with their political leanings, it is nice to show that parties like the Green Party can only exist in a successful country with a booming economy, because if you're not doing well financially, you don't care enough to think about the environment and your actions further on, because you're just concerned about the here and the now and just getting by each day. So, although I would disagree with them, it's a nice sign to see that we are a successful country, because people do care enough about it. The CUG Party just beat UKIP, as you can see, and yeah, so UKIP have lost a lot of their share. So Carl Benjamin will not be an MEP, unfortunately. And as you can see as well, Tommy Robinson is not here because he only got 2% of the vote in the Northwest. And from here, with CNN's updates, scrolling down to Tommy Robinson, it says that he blames social media ban for EU defeat, saying that Donald Trump mainly won on social media. Here we go. He received only 30,908 votes in the Northwest England region. He did make a joke video on Telegram saying, oh yes, well, I think we should have a second vote, a people's vote, and then delay it for years until I eventually get my way, as that definitely sounds familiar. But yes, he says Trump won his campaign on social media, Brexit was won on social media, I'm banned from social media. And we have also seen reports of Royal Mail postmen and women, delivery people, there we go, who have declined to post the leaflets which they have been paid to do, which is in defiance of the 1983 Act, stating that they must do for political campaigns. If they've been paid to do it, then they must do. They can't put in their own individual feelings into it, even though they have been supported by unions with links to Antifa. So Tommy says, my ability to fight a fair campaign is gone, orchestrated and organised by the government. I feel like I've been fighting with my hands tied behind my back. He said that he was disappointed, but he did vow to carry on fighting. So it's a blow for Tommy Robinson, obviously, but he's faced worse before, so I'm sure he will continue on fighting on. But we do also have, from across Europe, the EU elections, a decrease in the far left, which is delightful to see. Socialists and Democrats decreasing, because I think it's important to have some sort of representation for them in case one day they have a good idea, but also so that the people who are in support of those parties do still feel heard and listened to, and we don't have violent uprising. So that's fine, but it's decreasing, so it's going in the right way. So Europe will not be destroyed and fall into turmoil yet again. Thankfully, England can put a stop to Germany yet again, and we do see an increase in right-wing nationalists and populists, as the BBC wishes to define them here, which is delightful. And they say that the Greens have also made sizable increases, and new or unaffiliated MEPs have made a nice headway as well, which is fantastic for pretty much everyone who wants smaller government and localised control, because it means that people have finally become disillusioned with the bureaucracy and having control of their lives be so far and distant from themselves that they don't want it anymore. And Dr. Jordan B. Peterson has mentioned this, that people like belonging to a group, but once the group becomes too large and the leaders of the group, or the way to get up and have an impact on the group is too difficult or just seems impossible, then people don't want to be a part of that group anymore, because it's pretty much useless, and it is that you are being ruled over instead of with an agreement with the people who are doing things for you. That instead of becoming public servants, which is what the name of these people is, and what they should be serving the public, that they then just become more like tyrants and putting in their own views instead of what the people want. And I'm fine with people sticking true to their principles, obviously, that you decide what it is that you stand for, you think it through, you work it through, you talk, debate, try and understand where people are coming from and create your ideas from that, and then appeal to the public, and if you get the votes, then so be it, you put it into place, but that is still then serving the public. But when you shut down avenues for people to disagree with you, and you implement policies which people can't veto, then you're no longer serving the public, you're serving your own public interests, and money, corruption, and all that comes into that as well. So, they are the results for the UK and the EU, and Farage has said briefly that he demands a seat at Brexit talks. At the end of the day, it's about what voters want. I think either the Conservatives and Labour parties take us toward Brexit, or they're going to have to be replaced. It's as simple as that. This is the vote that says put no deal, Brexit back on the table, make it part of our negotiations, because without that we have no chance of getting a sensible fair trade deal, and I want us as the Brexit party to be engaged in that. Essentially to say that there is nothing off the table as far as these negotiations or options are concerned. Even if you don't wish to take them, you can't let the opponent know that. It's game theory again. But of course the EU doesn't like Farage. So in what appears to be a swipe at Farage's demands, the chief spokesman for the European Commission, Margaritas Schinas, sounds like a cocktail, said in a statement Monday that the EU's only interlocutor, is the government of the UK. So to basically say, well, no, because we still think that we have a chance with the Conservatives, and even if May is leaving, then we still hope that the Conservatives will bend over backwards for us so that we can do whatever we want and pillage and plunder the UK. But that's it for now. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you next time.